Kings Park, New York, number 12, Jake Manfred. At center, the junior from Arlington, Massachusetts, number 16, Brendan Gorman. And at the right wing is a senior from Basking Ridge, New Jersey, number 10, Alex Konovalov. And left defense for the Tigers, a sophomore from Memphis, Tennessee, number 6, Ian Devlin. And at right defense is a junior from Yonkers, New York, number 4, David Mott. In the goal is a senior from Fredericton, New Brunswick, number 31, Ethan Pearson. The rest of the Princeton Tigers, their head coach is Ken Sire. And now, let's take the starting lineup for the Engineers of RPI. Leading the Engineers on the ice tonight, please welcome the junior engineer, Drake Ferrero. Starting at left wing for RPI, a graduate student from Stittsville, Ontario, number 17, John Beaton. At center is a freshman from Riga, Latvia, number 11, Raiders Rollers. And at right wing for the Engineers, a junior from Kleinburg, Ontario, number 61, Lucas Mata. And left defense, he's a graduate student from Riga, Latvia, number 38, Arnold Bernetz. And at right defense, a sophomore from Hawthorne, New Jersey, number 2, Jimmy Gabrino. In the goal is a graduate student from Langley, British Columbia, number 31, Noah Eastbrecht. The rest of the Engineers, their head coach is Dave Smith. He is assisted by Chuck Weber, Matthias Black, and Carlos Cernes. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to honor and respect our two great nations and the men and women who have served and continue to serve, we ask, please rise if you are able. Remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem of Canada and the United States of America, performed this evening by the RPI Pep Band.
Welcome to RPI Hockey on ESPN. I'm Matthew Mugno alongside Dan Frigin. Dan, love is in the air, but there won't be any love on the ice tonight. It's a really big time to be scoreboard watching in the ECAC. Now with ESPN, you can watch all those games. This is a big game to watch for seeding.
Yes, definitely. I mean, you've got to get you've got two teams coming in here. Well, RPI being at home, and Princeton is going to be looking to try to get a victory here, and RPI is going for 2 in a row.
And for RPI, they were on the road last weekend, first game back. They won the weekend before in an ecstatic atmosphere. What's it like to come home off of that away 2-game combination?
It's always great to come back home and play in front of your home fans.
All right, folks, we have your starting goaltenders, Noah Giesbrecht. We had the chance to interview him after the Yale game. There was confidence in the air at the Big Red Freakout. He was the player of the game. He recorded an assist there. Giesbrecht's numbers this season, 9 wins, 14 losses, a .347 goals against average, an .894 save percentage. And on the opposite end of the ice, number 31, Ethan Pearson, the second part of a very strong tandem for Princeton. The senior goaltender, 5-5-1, 225 goals against average, a .918 save percentage. So, Fridge, something that has plagued both teams is injuries, man loss, a lot of player time lost this season as we're underway here. How important is it to play through that late in the season?
Well, you got injuries, you've got sickness, and talking to Coach Smith today, he's had 120 man games lost so far this season, so that's a lot. You know, 2/3 of his top line has been out most of the season, so they have to adjust. And let me clarify, when I was talking about 2 in a row, I was referring to 2 in a row at home for RPI to win.
They had a strong home stretch for that weekend about 2 weeks ago. The Big Red Freakout was a major alumni event. Saw no love lost on Gorman. Again, Valentine's Day, but these teams are competing for a home playoff spot. As this is chopped into the offensive end, Princeton will take over on the regroup. Just a minute into this contest, we already see some back and forth. Shot high and wide, off the stick of Biden's. Brought out by Hodson. Now Lee. The puck waved away from his stick. Princeton strong out, 4-on-2. Inside the zone, a pass across. Buttons was the intended target. Hodson slides this off for McDermott. He can't chip it by. Sisson with the chip in. And now the Engineers take over. There's Gilson, who recorded a sweet goal against Cornell last weekend in a losing effort. Out in front, a tip wide. Fridge, what did you notice last weekend from RPI?
Well, they were on the road, and I think in both games they kind of shot themselves in the foot to start because they go down 2-0. In both games they were chasing, and you know, I was watching it. It was 2-0 for Cornell. They made it 2-1. Then Cornell won up 3-0. 3-1. RPI scores and made it 3-2, but they just couldn't come all the way back for the comeback.
Set all the way down to Giesbrecht. And there's Gilson. Back for Smolinski. Here's Smolinski from behind his own cage. Out to Brackett. Sent past Ma. Ma turns that up the boards on the strong side. There's Tinling. Sending that down low. Out to Caron. Just past his stick. Brackett with a heavy check on Ma. Here's Gorman. Around for Gunty. He finds a man down center. Through no man's land. Looking for an option. He'll have to dump this in for the change. That's Ma. Around for Mata, who's playing on the top line this evening. Mata's played a strong utility role for the Engineers. He gets a chance up with Beaton and Rayner's Rollers. Across for O'Zolins. Quickly out, off the stick of Rollers and deep. Pearson's forced to play it. Here's Beaton. Weaving through defenders. He gets to the puck first. Konovalov wins that away. Sends this down ice. Strong check. This from McGuire, the extra skater for the Engineers. Suiting up on D. A pass out in front. No one was there. Wang a shot. Giesbrecht makes his first stop of the evening. Sent down low on a cycle. Manfrey, one of the leaders in goals this season for the Tigers, cutting to the net. A battle in front, down low at the circles. Here's Hassan. Won by Peltier to the point, but now Hotson's dogging his man. Checking Wang off the puck, offsides.
I think it's going to be Hodson going to be going for a hook here. Getting underneath the hands. That was the defenseman, Brandon Wang. Holding the stick. Not a hook.
So Princeton will have a power play just 5 minutes into this contest, and this sets up a good opportunity for the Tigers to get off to a good start.
Yeah, well, RPI and Princeton are pretty close in power play percentages. RPI's at 19%, 19.4. Sorry, Princeton's at 19.4. RPI's at 19.5, but the differentiators on the penalty kill, Princeton is 80%, RPI is only 71% on the kill.
McNeil chips this by his defender and gets it out of the zone. Princeton enters the zone, dumps this down low. Gunty's at the point. Gorman tips that off to 17. Brackett gets in the middle of that and is back out to Gorman. The offense runs through 16 for the Tigers. Up the wall, sent back down to the hashes. Gunty's checked off the puck, and Goffredo gets this out. Manfrey stifled in the neutral zone. So the Tigers will have to play this off to Gunty on the weak side. Lee gets a stick involved there and pressures deeper into the zone. Now just 103 on the power play. Here's Gorman trying to set up. The Engineers doing a good job of stopping any momentum for the Tigers. And it's cleared all the way down ice for the penalty kill change. Tapper and Rollers now out for the Engineers on the penalty kill. In the forward group, Bergmanis and Smolinski. Giesbrecht playing this down low. There was a man there, that was Peltier. Peltier now screening in front. Smolinski battling Ma at the wall. Rollers loses a stick. That's a 5-on-3 situation. Smolinski out to Tapper. He clears it just over the line. Ten seconds and ticking. Peltier in first. The tall forward going for support. Off the skate of Tapper and out. And a successful kill for the Engineers on the first power play of the contest.
Good kill by RPI there early in the first period. And really, Princeton didn't really get much of anything as far as opportunities.
Tinling off the wall for Tapper. He's got Caron just too far for him. He's the first man in. At the bottom of the circles for the spin cycle. He's looking McDermott, but he wasn't off the bench and over the blue line in time. Giesbrecht plays that off for McDermott, and they'll set up. Here's Gilson dumping this down low. They'll get things started in the offensive end. Brackett wins that puck battle, puts a puck out in front, and Gilson keeps at the point. Brackett's down low, below the goal line. Again, working against two defenders. Brackett and Caron getting to work on Marciano and Lang. They ultimately come away with the puck and dish this off the glass. McDermott now to Gilson. Gilson eyes up, stick was there. Take away Gunty. At the top of the circles. And a strong check on the wall, another from Brackett. That's McNeil getting involved for the Engineers. Now McDermott up the wall. Riley keeps this in. He's checked hard by McNeil again. That's 2 hits on the shift. McDermott, shimmy and shakes. He loses Gunty in the process. Now back to Gilson. Very back and forth play here early, Dan.
Yeah, definitely. Not really many offensive opportunities. Most of this has been in the neutral zone and then clean breakouts. Really no offensive pressure as of yet by either team.
Sullivan lands a check. Rollers tries to keep this in. It's all the way down past Giesbrecht for the icing. 11:38 on the clock in this first frame, a 0-0 score. How much of the Princeton Tigers injuries, there are 7 players listed as not dressing tonight, does that factor into their power play?
Oh yeah, I think it factors into everything that they do. Full strength, power play, penalty kill, special teams, definitely. And I spoke to first-year head coach Ben Sire before the game, and he said there's 6 guys that should be in the lineup, but they're either injured or sick. So the bug has bitten Princeton as well.
You could see some of those names: Rubin, Daniels, Garzone, Cronin. Number of starters out for the Tigers. That also gives opportunity for some of the players that don't dress to get in the lineup.
Exactly. That's your opportunity to step up and you know, have the coach through your play and performance, have the coach gain confidence in your abilities.
He was beaten out to Gofredo at the point. He'll stick this down at the hashes. It's up the wall, off of Gunty's chest. Mata takes a whack. It's brought out by the Tigers. Peltier and Young get this into the zone. 5 mans deep for the RPI. They'll fly out. Off to Mata. Dumps this deep. Beaton gets a skate on it. Marciano will look for Anderson. Off the bearing and down ice. Carnish and Greaves out. They're over the blue line. Nice move to get to the inside from 18. One-timer, Giesbrecht saves that. Tying out. Smolinski tries to keep. It's over his stick. 2-on-1. Down Santa Claus Lane. It's broken up. Smolinski with the back check.
Yeah, good active stick there by Smolinski to tip that by the offensive rushing forward for Princeton.
Assistant captain looks for Pyent, who's skating with McNeil and Sullivan tonight. They'll go for the change. Tinling is out. Tinling pressuring behind the goal. Forces to the weak side. Sent up the bench wall. Caron takes a massive hit from an official. That's Wood making that play. And sent all the way out on the clear. Gives the Tigers a chance to regroup. A one-touch in, that's Gorman. And he'll go for the change. Quick shifts. McDermott, head up. Again, the Engineers have numbers out of the zone. Neutral zone play here, strong for the Tigers. Sisson pressuring McDermott all the way behind the net, half the length of the ice. A stretch pass, he looks for Brackett. Off the wall, a one-time shot. Pearson makes this stop. Another heavy check behind the net. Sticks are caught up. That's behind the play. Giesbrecht using the big goalie stick to whack this out to Gilson, who leads all defensemen on the team in points. McNeil sends this down ice. Pearson behind the net to play it. Off to Marciano. Opposite side. Pass Greaves to Anderson. Mata. Play looked like a trip. No call. Mata on his man. Greaves shakes and bakes. Forehand pass out. Princeton's over the line. Arister down low, the rebound was there and cleared wide. Smolenski chops this up the wall for Anderson to chase, and they'll get the change.
Yeah, it looks like Giesbrecht struggled with that one off the glove hand.
Konovalov sends this wide. Ozolins off the wall indirectly to Tapper. Tapper faces a check. Gets this off to Rollers down the side wall. Here's Beaton, steady play. He wins this out to the point. Smolenski, the opposite hand, couldn't keep that in. Konovalov pulls up. He's got the skill, razzle and dazzle. He's checked by Smolenski from behind. Puck sent up the wall. Out to Riley Arister. Tipped and kept out by Ozolins. Here's Riley again with it. Down low for the pass. Gorman looking for his option. Top of the circle. High cycle. Riley a toe drag shot. Giesbrecht makes the stop. Rebound. What a save by Noah Giesbrecht.
Well, the first offensive push here from Princeton, and Giesbrecht is there to make the save.
That'll bring us to our first TV timeout, folks. See you in a few moments.
This is GE Vernova, helping generate and move the energy that our world needs. Welcome to a new era of energy.
I wasn't born a leader.
It wasn't given to me. I couldn't buy it. How'd I get here?
I decided.
I decided.
Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Welcome back to RPI Hockey on ESPN. ECAC matchup that has standings implications. Face-off won by the Tigers, stopped Giesbrecht. But before that breakdown, we saw a really solid save from the goalkeeper for RPI.
Yeah, definitely. Had a shot coming from the flank. Was able to make the save, but gave up the rebound, but was able to cover that up as well.
Bidens and Lee in the face-off dot. Lee ranking top 5 in face-off categories this year in the ECAC conference. Tapper a pass forward. He had Hodson. Couldn't get to the puck quick enough. Tapper 1T. Apologies, that's Gofredo. Slotting down from his defensive point. Battling and keeping this down low. One back. Tigers taking over. A pass out, streaking forward in, and he couldn't pull the trigger. That was Esmond, junior forward for the Tigers. Off of Hodson's stick over Marciano's. He'll launch this to the opposite side of the rink, through Gorman's legs and down ice. Gilson on the chase. Puck on its edge. Dished off the backboards to the stick of Hodson. He receives that pass, receiving a check. Wang gets this out to Gunty. Gunty handling the puck through an official's legs. He's still got it. A look for Gorman. Perron cuts his man off. Tinling, as he falls, he puts this up the wall. It's kept in. All the way down unchallenged, a backhand shot. That's Marciano. He's still got it. A look out in front. Gilson's there to block up that pass.
That was Michael Young that tried to put that in, but he was still at the side of the net. I don't think he had a good look at the open net.
Tigers with a strong shift here. Young out to Marciano, a shot off a stick and out.
Well, good offensive time in the zone for Princeton, getting some opportunities offensively. That was a good block by one of the defenders for RPI to knock that up into the screen and out of play.
Some lucky fans enjoying the beer garden downstairs. Enjoying a, so far, pretty physical ECAC matchup tonight. A shot off the point, they run the same play. Another shot high over the netting and out. Devlin puts on a power move. He dishes this back for Ma. Ma to the blue line. A strong inside move, and man's checked off the puck. That's Carnish. Carnish with a strong game so far for the Tigers. Ozolins up the wall, batted down by Payette. He tried to possess, waiting for the onside. Smolinski chips this up. There's a support man. Down low, a backhand shot just wide. Konovalov, Pelchier, now to Greaves. Arister, another stick in a lane, and the Tigers are putting on the pressure here.
Yeah, they've just been missing those shots. They've been putting them wide or up over the net. They'd have some pretty good opportunities of them putting that puck on the net.
Dan, coming into the contest, Princeton has 17 points in the ECAC standings and RPI has 16. They're tied with St. Lawrence, who also has 16, and Yale is in last with 15 points. So really in this contest, you can get that 3-point win and jump up in the standings and kind of clear. Obviously 2 games this weekend, but Princeton's got a big road weekend and RPI's got a big home stand.
Yeah, I think getting home ice, that 8th spot would still be attainable for RPI, considering they've got 4 games left in the conference. But as you mentioned, in the open, points are critical this time of the season.
Pascal Fredo stick. Fight ends. Looking for Konovalov. It's sent down ice by Brackett.
And when you look at the top of the standings, there's only 4 points separating first and fourth.
This year is extremely close in conference play. And we've seen that any team can win on any given night. Here's Bergmanis out to Goffredo. Another dump deep and an icing. Where's the RPI struggling so far, Dan, in this contest to get really into the zone?
Yeah, they're just having a tough time getting any type of forecheck going, any type of sustained pressure. Princeton, give them credit. They've been doing very, very well on breaking that puck out of the zone. And it seems to me like they're going to up the weak side a lot on the hard rim around the boards with a winger up top high. So it's an easy out for them.
Keep an eye on those X's and O's, folks.
But I really like these Princeton jerseys. Normally, I think they had the names in orange as well, which were very difficult to read, but now in white makes it so much easier.
Very sharp jerseys for Princeton. Pretty sweet. Donning black on the road. They have that Cincinnati Bengals look to them. A dump to the blue line. Marciano keeps this. Out to Esmond. Now Gorman is in. On the backhand a shot. Giesbrecht makes the save. And that's the guy to keep an eye on. Brendan Gorman has 9 goals this season and 64 points in 83 games career-wise.
Yeah, and he had Jackson Esmond with him too, driving the net. Esmond's a right-hand shot, so I don't know if Gorman would have been able to get that puck over or not, but he elected to take the backhand.
Looking 5-hole, Giesbrecht makes the stop again. And he's made a number of big saves to keep this a scoreless contest. 17 minutes into the first. Back for Gilson. Controlling from behind the net, he's out. Controlling on the forehand, off Mona's stick and down ice. Oh, just missed 61's twig. I thought it may have touched. That's an icing. It's another face-off in the defensive end for the Engineers. Here's a look at Pearson. He hasn't faced too much trouble tonight. Now Peltier in the faceoff dot, 6'4" freshman. Out to Ma. Kept by Gunty. Clear down ice again. No ice on this play. Wang around the boards for Young. Out to Gunty. He puts a nice pass through for Peltier. Peltier. Down low for Gunty, a one-time save. McDermott opposite for Gilson. He's got his man McDermott in stride, who puts a move on Anderson. Open ice ahead of him. A wrister glove by Pearson.
Well, one of the few offensive zone face-offs that RPI has had this first period. It'll be taken by Tingling.
He is supported by Brackett and Caron on his flanks. Caron out to McGuire, a 1T. Hobbles funny off the stick. Pearson had trouble tracking it. Tinling looking for a man in front. It's cleared up the glass. Malinsky with the keep into the zone. Brackett and Tinling scramble for it. Out to McGuire. He can't keep. It's all the way down ice. Giesbrecht at the rounded boards. He sweeps this to Smolinski. Looking for the chip. Now Tinling. Backhand pass across for McGuire. Smolinski receives and carries. Down the center lane. We have a whistle.
Caron's going to go for interference.
Good eye, Dan. That was not a part of the puck carrying play, but Caron takes a penalty, and that gives the Tigers a second power play opportunity this period.
Yeah, he went across the blue line there as the rush was coming into the offensive zone and knocked the stick out of one of the Princeton's players' hands.
Della Durante and Gunty at the points for the Tigers. Gorman at the centerman's position. Esmond there as well on the ice. Alongside Jake Manfrey. Manfrey on 1T wide. Here's Gunty. At the goal line. O'Zolan's battling in the corner. Gofredo all the way down ice. And he'll get the clear. Quick change for the Engineers. Now beaten on at F1. Della Durante into the zone. Looks to the point. He misses Gorman and Esmond. Now Lee attacking. 1:24 on the power play for the Tigers as Gorman picks up the puck. Dishes that off to Della Durante. Cross for Gorman. 1:30 remains in the period. Gorman to the inside. A nice move. A backhand shot. Giesbrecht save.
Oh, good save by Giesbrecht. Gorman getting forced to his backhand there, being a right-hand shot, coming across from his right to left. Giesbrecht was leaning forward on that one, so he was able to keep those pads tight to the ice right here.
Great puck tracking from the goalkeeper. Gorman put a nasty move on McDermott to find that open ice. Marciano out to the point. Now to Ma. Top of the left circle. Pass across. McNeil gets a piece of it. Not enough. Whacking at Marciano. Greaves down low. Back out to the point. Greaves a shot. The tip was there. Peltier out in front. Gilson handling him. Out around Ma. Turns on the boots to get there. Peltier tied up by Gilson. Out to Greaves. Pass out to Ma, one-time block. Here's Ma again to the slot. Marciano a shot, blocked away by McDermott. He still got it. Anderson a one-timer. Giesbrecht makes the save. Out to Greaves. Slotted to Marciano at the point. Ma, one-timer, looking for the 5. Out in front, a shot goes wide from Anderson.
Wow, Anderson had that net wide open. He kind of fanned on it.
Shot out in front, looking for the reverse wraparound. It's still there. Here's Peltier with that big frame. Out to Ma, tappers on. Here's Gilson. Tehran comes out, penalty kill successful for the Engineers. 2 for 2, out in front, Del Durante. And that's it. Oh, big whack from McDermott in front. A cross check at the end of the play. And some extracurricular activities out in front of the crease. Peltier took a hard whack from McDermott.
Saves in the first period for Ethan Pearson.
Well, it doesn't look like anybody, any infractions
11 saves.
on that little bit of a melee there at the end of the period.
I think the Engineers got lucky on that one. There was certainly a cross-check after the play. We'll have head coach Dave Smith with us in a moment. At the end of the first period here at the Houston Fieldhouse, a 0-0 contest between the Engineers and Tigers. Thanks for joining us, Dave. What are your impressions of Princeton after that first period?
Well, I think we've got to do a little better job managing the neutral zone. They're playing we saw I think about 7 set breakouts, and they're in a 3-2. So we just got to make sure that we manage pucks and manage transition well, and I think that'll generate a little bit more offensive zone time for us. But I think it was take the penalties away. It was a pretty defensive period for both teams.
Yeah, I saw that. They are clogging up the neutral zone to prevent you from getting any type of speed through the offensive zone. On the breakout, it looks like they're just using that wide rim to the weak side and keeping that forward high, and it's tough to put any pressure on them.
Yeah, I mean, they're exactly what we saw in the scout and the pre-scout. And again, I think we just need to commit to getting pucks in behind them through the neutral zone, getting pucks, winning with our energy and our effort in the offensive zone play, and taking more pucks to the net. Clean up the transition, clean up the neutral zone play.
Thanks for joining us, Dave.
Thanks.
So the Engineers are going to look to clean things up in the second frame. Here's highlights from the first. It was physical. There's Gunthy laying a check on McDermott.
Well, that's a shot by Brackett here from a tough angle to score on, and Pearson just stands his ground, didn't really move at all. He's got good size, so on his knees, he fills the net.
I thought this was arguably Noah Giesbrecht's best performance so far in a single period this year.
Yeah, he's played very, very well here at the start of this hockey game, and he's certainly given RPI an opportunity to get the offense going.
Here's a look for Young. And the Tigers had their chance to take over at one point off the back of 2 power plays. There's a chance for Gorman. Again, Giesbrecht making a few stops.
Gorman coming in on his, making that, going across onto his backhand, which isn't a bad play. Force him to his backhand, where he's probably less dangerous than on his forehand.
Henry Rogers. Isabella Valentine. Christy Sharma.
And there we have it.
Highlights from the first. Hockey coming up in 13 minutes. Join us here for the second period of some great ECAC hockey.
Paul Kingsbury. Peter Oyafolu. Sarah Seelman. Sean Tripper. And Vivian Ross Nashan. Now also members of the RPI community demonstrating dedication and devotion to the Institute are inducted as honorary members of Phalanx. This year we introduced Dr. Alexander Rahn, Lauren Arnoff, and Jordan Veneer as honorary members of the Phalanx Honor Society. These students But Phalanx also recognizes the achievement of freshmen and sophomores of the White Key organization. Phalanx would like to thank everyone who assisted in this year's selection. As your one last round of applause for this year's Phalanx Honor Society members.
are boundary-pushing change agents. We do what it takes to make things happen together. It's our collaborative spirit that sparks creativity and pushes us to think beyond ourselves. We're scrappy and unabashedly enthusiastic about our passions and projects. We are hardwired for the havoc of change. We know it isn't easy, that theories can fail and world-changing can feel futile. But that's the calm before the brilliant storm. The breath you take before you break through. Small change comes from asking why. Changing the world comes from asking, why not? That's the question we ask everyone. From freshmen to faculty, it's the question that fuels us to find the next new. The question we ask you, why not change the world?
Now, more than ever, technology drives innovation. But innovation won't change the world if it never leaves the lab.
Welcome back to RPI Hockey on ESPN. Second period action coming up against the visiting Princeton Tigers. Dan, from the jump on this broadcast, we mentioned how important the standings and the seeding is for the ECAC playoffs coming up in a few weeks. Right now, there's all 7 o'clock starts tonight. Princeton, RPI, Cornell, Brown, Harvard, St. Lawrence, and you got to keep tabs on Yale and Colgate. I think that's the upset watch of the night, if Yale can pull that off. All these teams from the 9 to 12 position in the standings only separated by 2 points.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like you said earlier, that it's so close. And this league is always very, very close. You really don't have a dominant horse that's going to win this race. It's going to come down to the last game of the weekend of the season, like it usually does. And everybody's still in it. So just looking at that first period shots, you had 14 shots for Princeton, 4 for RPI. And that just tells the story, how tough it was for RPI to get any type of forecheck and offensive pressure going.
If you tune in regularly, we always check the out-of-town scores, and nowadays you can simply switch from this game to another game just to check it out. This one's been a physical one. Stay here. We'll get the scores for you. A heavy check behind the net leads to an offensive zone possession for the Engineers. This is Devlin taking over for the Tigers. Here's Bergmanis chipping this in past Tinling. He'll go for the change. Tapper in for check 1. He'll try and slide in and keep the puck. It's past him. Lee. He'll possess. Out to the point. McDermott Arister to Gilson on the block. Gilson out to Tapper. A feed down low into open space for Lee. A pass in between the legs. Pearson covers. Oh, Dan, I see him up.
Well, speaking of out-of-town scores, over in Schenectady, it's 1-0. These are all after the first period. And Quinnipiac is up 1-0 on Union. Cornell is up 1-0 on Brown. Clarkson is up 2-0 on Dartmouth. St. Lawrence is up 2-1 on Harvard. And Yale is up 1-0 on Colgate.
Oh, that's the upset watch right there. Yale up 1-0. And with the point system in the ECAC, not only one win, but sweeping the weekend would really change up that bottom of the standings. And we have two more weekends, an away weekend for the Engineers, 2 more weekends for all ECAC play, and they're at home to finish off against Cornell and Colgate. This is sent down low for Greaves. Mata getting a stick there outside of the danger zone, picked up and sent out to the point. Gilson will keep. Out to Lee. Here's Tapper. Trying to bat that down to himself. On his knees, he slides into the boards. Gilson a shot. Looking for the tip. It's wide. Here's Mata. Out to McDermott. Looking for a lane. Arister. Blocked away. He'll recollect to Mata. Sweeping this low. Lee fighting off Greaves. Greaves with the puck. He'll pitch it along the wall, but take it out. It's getting chippy, folks. Now out for Gilson. Another possession for number 8. Tapper winning this up the wall. He'll send this down low. Gilson wasn't there. And the Tigers will get this out. Esmond, 1-on-3. He's checked off by Gilson, who's still flying out there. Does he have oxygen tanks on the bench? Out to Rollers, a shot blocked away.
Tell you what, Princeton plays very, very well defensively in their zone. They've been blocking a lot of shots.
They really cover that danger zone. Flying around. Harnish, a shot. Just wide. Giesbrecht made the save and it trickled behind him out of the net. Pass across, they set up. Sorry, Dan.
I was just going to say that was a good save. Almost went above his pad, but he got it.
Marciano a shot on goal. Giesbrecht with another stop. So far, 31's been the story for the Engineers. Gilson checked by Anderson. He had enough time for McGuire. Off the skate of Rollers. Now out to Marciano. Sullivan looking for it in the air. Here's Beaton. Battling down low with Marciano. Smolinski, a deep pinch, sweeping this towards the net. Pearson, a backhand paddle. And they'll set up. This is Brendan Wang with the puck. Gorman back to Wang, opposite side. A dump 3 in for the Tigers. That's an icing, so we'll have an offensive zone draw coming up for the Engineers. Here's a replay of that opportunity. Hard shot at the top of the slot. Giesbrecht made the save, but boy, that was close.
That just caught him on top of the pad, too. That's what it looked like from here.
Now Wang pumping the brakes, looking opposite side to start this breakout. He is absolutely crushed by Brackett. Gunty receiving this pass. He's in. Shot high slot, and that's wide on the tip. Gorman's battling in front. High into the glass. Now Devlin sweeping this up to Gunty. Arister wide again. Payant up and out, looking for McNeil. He charges down ice and forces Pearson to cover the puck. Good play there from the forechecker.
Yeah, that was McNeil that put the brakes on right in front. I'm just looking at the Princeton bench over there. Wang is still feeling that check that he took from Brackett along the near boards here. He's the only one sitting on the bench.
Fan donning a nice RPI jersey. Lee will take the draw here. Caron to the inside. Smolenski has the inside shot as well. He'll face off against Bidens, sophomore from Gladstone, Manitoba. One back, there's a whistle. So we'll have a redo of that face-off. Now Hotson's in. One back by the Tigers, sent up the wall, Smolenski keeps. Here's Caron. A nice move to the inside, another move, Lee, open net! He scores! Felix Caron! Do you feel the love? 1-0 Engineers.
Well, that was just a great play by that line out there. They had both guys right shots going from their right to left. And it was Lee comes out. Pearson comes out with the poke check, but he couldn't get Lee. Trying it for the second time. There's the poke check. Good play on Caron. But Lee picks up the scraps and puts a backhander in the open net. And RPI's got themselves a 1-0 lead.
See Pearson a few feet out of the net. Looking to make that stop. 1-0 Engineers. Dan, you and I have talked plenty about how this team usually falls behind in the game. How important is it that they got that first goal?
Well, I think it's real important because now they can continue to build on it as opposed to chasing the game. And now you got Princeton that'll be chasing the game here.
So Jacob Lee registers the opening goal of the contest. And RPI historically 12-6 and 30 overall against, 12-6 and 3 overall against RPI, 8-6 and 1 at home. So RPI has a pretty good record at home against the Tigers. Sent up the wall, here's Beaton. Beating a defender, pumping the brakes, Marciano's on him, here's Tapper, a shot, oh what a save by Pearson. Tapper recollecting at the point, he's putting on the moves. Down for Smolenski. Around the net, he'll pump the brakes and try and feather this through. A whistle and a slashing call.
Well, Princeton's going to take their first penalty of the game. RPI is going to go on the power play, as there was a slash in front of the net as that puck came through the slot area. Looks like it's going to be Miles Gunty.
The fans are really engaged in this contest.
I personally think they got the wrong guy in the box, but
he was confused. confused. We have the shot of him earlier. Confused on the ice for that call. Back to Gilson. He finds Caron in open space. Back to Gilson at the top of the key. Around the horn for McDermott. A shot just tipped wide by Beaton. Devlin, a chop out to McDermott. Down low for Beaton. Beaton in Gretzky's office. Caron. Gilson. Back to Caron. He looks to net. A pass out to Beaton. A look for Tapper on the bumper position. Out to Gilson and past him down for Giesbrecht.
Yeah, like I said, Gunty was basically up high while that happened in front of the net. So I don't know how they could have called it for a slash, but they did.
Strong neutral zone check. Face off in the Engineers' end. I don't know if we've seen chances like this from the Engineers all season. Here's another look at the Smolenski shot.
Yeah. I don't know where there's a slash here. That's seven. That's this is Gunty right here, and I didn't see any slash there.
So a shot from the Tigers, save Giesbrecht. Gorman has 2 shorthanded goals for the Tigers. He actually scored a power play goal and shorthanded goal against RPI on the Tigers alumni weekend earlier this year.
Yeah, that was a 6-2 win in December, wasn't it? 6-4?
Yes. And that was when Princeton was really on fire. They had defeated Ohio State. That was a huge sweep, a massive upset. But as we've been mentioning since the top of the broadcast, they faced injury problems and have a bug going around, so that certainly affected their lineup. Hodson a look across, a stop. Lee gets a stick on it behind the net. 3-on-3 battle.
That was a 6-2 game win for Princeton.
Now Princeton, they were really strong to start the year. I thought they were really going to make some noise like Dartmouth had.
It's a long year.
Dog days of winter. Smolenski puts this deep. Ma clenching the puck against the wall. Devlin's there in support. Up for Smolenski. Out to Bergmanis. He's got space. Off to Lee. 5 seconds on the power play. Lee sends this down low. Carnish a hard check on Lee. Out to Bergmanis. Gunty's out of the box. Bergmanis a shot. Oh, high. Off a body. The rebound's there. Here's Hodson in the danger zone. Smolenski a shot. Oh, just into the high netting and out.
Well, as usual, that was Carnish with the block on that one. Joshua Carnish getting his leg out on it, deflecting that puck up and over the glass into the netting.
The Tigers were hemmed in their own end for most of that RPI power play. Their penalty kill checking off that box. And both teams' penalty kill has been strong this game. Princeton's ranked 7th in the ECAC, killing off 80% of penalties. They've allowed 13 power play goals against this year. A face-off war. Out to Goffredo. A shot. Got lost in the bodies, and it popped out on the other side. Pass deep. Sisson in. Around the net. They got speed in the zone. A look for Esmond in front. Here's Goffredo high again. Goffredo carrying over the blue line. He'll dump this deep. Mata in. Trying to get a stick on Pearson, playing that up the wall. Another heavy check from McNeil on Esmond. One-on-one battle ensuing down low for the puck. McGuire's all tied up and dumped to the ice. That'll draw a penalty for the Engineers. Here's McGuire, dumping that back for McDermott, and he'll take up some more time. Engineers currently leading 1-0 at the 12-minute mark of the second frame. And whenever Princeton touches this puck, if they do, it'll be a power play for the Engineers. Right now they have the goalie pulled for the extra attacker. Gilson is shot, the rebound's there, covered by Pearson.
Curious as to what they're going to call this for. Hooking.
We'll see what the penalty was if we get a replay. From our crew, that's Carson Bidens in the box. First line center for the Tigers.
That's another look at it. Oh, that wasn't a hook. That stick got caught up underneath the arm of the RPI player, and he just pulled it out.
Hodson across for Smolinski, a pass. Oh, what a save from Pearson. The rebound's there. Cleared out of the zone.
Wow, that should have been 2-0. And the second goal for Jacob Lee. He just tapped that puck on the backhand into the goaltender, who was out of the play.
Puck luck is everything. That might be a huge turning point for the Tigers. Here they come the other way, 2-on-1. Anderson, a look on net. It's wide.
That was a good defensive play there by Hodson to get his stick on it.
Now Bergmanis looking to calm things down. 1:20 on the power play. A dump by Hodson. Marciano first there, up the wall. Bergmanis reads that and picks up. A look for Lee. Now Smolinski. A pass shot off the pads. Lee was there, didn't corral off him in the direction he was looking for. Carnish, like a train down the wing. Bonnie Bergmanis off the puck. He'll pin him to the glass and battle with one hand. Here's Bergmanis taking it away. He's been on command for the Engineers on this power play. 45 seconds remain. RPI with an opportunity to extend their lead. Princeton looking to keep things at bay. Gilson picks up. QB1 on this power play. Out to Caron. A look for Tapper. He'll bump this out to Beaton. Out to McDermott. He'll lose it in his skates. Ma takes over. Dumps this out. Tapper with the touch. Out to Caron. A shot blocked away by Devlin. Good block there from the defender. Tapper on the back check. He'll pick up in the neutral zone. Good play from 72. Cutting across the zone. A dump back to McDermott. 4 seconds on the power play for the Engineers. Here's Gilson. A pass across. Collected. Now look for McDermott. Here's Bidens out of the box. Now for Ma. A sauce up the wall. Bidens tied up. Puck's out of the zone. And that'll do it for the Engineers' power play opportunity.
Well, a couple of good looks on that power play by RPI, and I thought they should have had one there off Jacob Lee's backhand, but he put it back into the goaltender instead of into the open net.
Brackett is a magnet for the hits tonight. Absolute hit stick. He lands another. This will separate man from puck back to Gilson. A shot all the way from the neutral zone's gloved by Pearson, and we'll get a stoppage. And that'll bring us to our TV timeout of the frame. We'll see you on the other side, folks. Welcome back to RPI Hockey on ESPN, folks. Rollers against Pelche in the faceoff dot. One back. Engineers putting on an offensive clinic in this second frame. Mata with the whack on goal. He'll get tangled up in front. It's been chippy.
Especially after the whistle right around the paint of the goaltender Pearson.
Both teams taking their time getting to the face-off dots. They're locked into place. Here's Rollers. And another whistle, this called from the blue line. So Brackett will come into the face-off dot. Rollers on the inside. One back. O'Zolins. Out to Rollers, a shot. High glove. Pearson with the stop. And a body got to the inside. Pearson took a whack. I believe that was Mata again getting involved.
Yeah, he kind of pushed the Princeton player on top of his own goaltender after the play.
And again, folks, this is because these teams are separated by 1 point in the standings. We've alluded to the 9 through 12 slots. Well, we've talked about it, but that 8th spot is where they want to be. Brown, who's at least the last time we checked the scores, was losing. They have 21 points. If any of these teams get to that 8th spot, they host a home playoff game. So both of these teams tonight, 1 point separated from one another. Crucial points on the line here at the field house. O'Zolins back for Carolina, rolls off the stick. Here's Lee. He'll pump the brakes, try and lose a man. It's checked out of the zone. Hard forecheck. Swept all the way around the boards for Caron to pick up. Back for Smolinski. Around for O'Zolins. He looks far side. Caron. He had some space ahead of him. He's checked off the puck by Esmond. Lee out to Caron. Now Smolinski picks up at the point. He'll pump the brakes. Bergmanis a 1T off the mask of Pearson and out. Lifted. Picked up by the Tigers. Another strong play by Smolinski in the neutral zone. He's checked hard by Buttons. Here's Tinling down the wing. Pumping the brakes. Laying this off for Bergmanis, who corrals it. A look for a pass in front. And it's sent up the wall. Esmond getting involved there.
What a great play by Caron earlier. He beat his guy off the wall. He got taken on the boards by Esmond and beat Esmond back to the net. He almost had himself one-on-one with Pearson.
Continue to receive the opportunity to balance rigorous academics with collegiate athletics. Learn more about how
here's the Engineers bench without captain Jake Gagnon for tonight.
Yeah, one of the bodies that we've mentioned earlier in the open as far as the man games lost due to injury.
He's had a major impact in the second half of the season. Number 27 for the Engineers not in the lineup. That caused the shakeup of the lines. Payent down low for Tinling. He carries on the backhand. Out to Gofredo, a shot just over the net. Here's Bergmanis. A low pinch. He's in on the forecheck now. Sent off the wall. Marciano peeled away by Tinling. He had Tapper. One in front. Payent sending this wide. Here's Gunty. Out for Young. Young with a bobbling puck. And out. The Engineers have really taken over in the second frame.
Yeah, they've had some good offensive pressure on Princeton.
Here's Gorman, a wrister. Blocked away by Gofredo. And he'll whack this all the way around the boards for Wang to pick up. A dish from Manfrey. Swept to the net. Giesbrecht makes the stop through a screen. McNeil chips this for Gofredo. Around for Bergmanis. Payet off the wall. Gorman's there. He keeps a shot off a stick down low. Konovalov getting involved. He's been physical for the Tigers this evening. Gofredo gets a good handle, sends this up the wall. It's kept again. The Tigers with a good forecheck. Peltier a shot. Save Giesbrecht. Gofredo and Peltier tied up a little bit in front.
Well, yeah, RPI had a couple of power plays which led to some momentum, and now Princeton is trying to turn the tide on them.
Here's a look at that opportunity from the 6'4" first year.
Yeah, quick shot. I don't know if Bergmanis was screening him at all, but Giesbrecht with the save.
Now McDermott all the way around to look for Gilson, who is inching up the wall. He's first defender back. A shot on goal from Devlin all the way at the wall. It's covered by Giesbrecht.
Well, it seems like RPI is opening up the offensive zone by, when they have the puck, they're blowing that far weak side winger up along the boards. The defense for Princeton has to back off and respect that.
Sent up the wall for Devlin, a shot. Off the body, the rebound's there. Peltier couldn't get there in time. Neither could Saison. Airmail to Sullivan. He's checked off the puck. Back for Devlin. He'll take a heavy check from Rollers. Gilson up the wall. Sullivan. Back out to Ma. Brackett initiating contact. Peltier shot. A trickling tip. Hit a few bodies, hit a few sticks. Out to Sullivan again. Esmond with the dump in. Now out to Brackett. He's in a sea of black. He'll lift this up, take a hit, and go for the change. Beaton. First man in. Esmond carrying. He'll sweep this back to Devlin, who sends it up the weak side again. Gorman's there. They'll pick up. A move to the inside of Beaton. Up for Ma. Konovalov checked by McNeil. Mana to the inside as well. Out for Beaton. He's got to step on his defender. He'll pump the brakes. Top of the circle shot. Blockered away.
Good save by Pearson on the blocker with a lot of traffic in front of him.
Konovalov and Gorman at their blue line looking for the change. Tipped into the zone by Lee. Mon is in. First man on. Landing a check on Marciano. Shot from the point to the side of the net. Lee's there to the inside of Young. Swept down low for Marciano to play. Clean exit. Gunty trying to get to the inside of Smolinski. Picked up a shot high over the net and out. Marciano keeps. Biden's taking a check. Tapper. A look for O'Zolins. He'll send this into the zone over the red line. No ice. Pearson sweeping this. Up the wall for Gunty. Gunty doesn't complete that pass. Trickles in. They'll carry anyway. Gofredo initiating contact. He's brought down in the ice. No retaliation there from the engineer. Out for Tinling. 3-on-2. A wind-up. Hodson just wide. And a keep attempt by Gofredo. Here's Anderson. 2-on-1, a shot. Peltier scores. A sexy Selly. That's 1-1. Tie game.
Oh, that was just a great play by Anderson. RPI got caught with pressure in the offensive zone, leaving just Gofredo back. And on a 2-on-1, Anderson executes it perfectly for a one-timer by Luke Peltier in the open net.
So there's a goal off the rush for the Tigers, who really didn't establish much zone time this period.
Giesbrecht was certainly out. Thought he was being a little too aggressive on the puck carrier there. But it was just a wide open net there for Peltier.
Here's McDermott. Up ice. A look for Tapper. A check on Wang. They finish him off. No, Durante down low. Rollers. Another check trying to keep this in the zone. All the way down ice. Icing. So the Engineers will have a offensive zone draw inside the 3:15 mark of the second frame. Folks, a healthy reminder. RPI and Princeton have not gone to overtime in their last 8 games played. Still plenty of hockey, but keep that in the back of your mind. McNeil wins this back for McDermott. Looking for a lane, a shot. Tipped wide by Mata. He'll give an extra whack on his way out of the zone.
Good traffic in front of Pearson. He didn't even see that puck, and it hit him in the left shoulder.
Feed to McNeil. For Mata, a shot. The puck is in the crease. And the battle's ultimately won by the Tigers. Del Durante. Out for McDermott. He gloves this into the zone offsides. And here's a look at this opportunity.
Yeah,
another opportunity where they crashed the net.
Yeah, that was a real good save. Unfortunately, it was on his backhand, so he could only try to redirect that puck.
Sent out to Anderson. He'll slide this into the zone. Not further than Smolinski. McGuire picks up. He's getting plenty of action tonight. Off to Lee. Swept out. Peltier look for Anderson. Luke Peltier scored the game-tying goal just moments ago on a 2-on-1. That has this hockey contest all tied up. Hodson flying through the neutral zone at the rounded boards. Lee keeps it. He'll slap at his own teammate's stick. That was Smolinski. And they'll go for the change as Greaves and Marciano pick up. Caron lands a check at the far bench. He'll pick up low. Up for Bergmanis. He's tied up. Gunty wins the puck battle. He'll walk off the wall, out to the point. Beaten with an active stick. 3-on-2. Puck's knocked off of Tinling's twig. Devlin with that play. And that's sent out. A lucky fan comes up with the puck. Some cheers for that. And we'll have an offensive zone draw for RPI.
Well, certainly not surprised about this type of game through 2 periods here. Princeton on the road playing a pretty scrappy style.
Here's Gaffredo. He misfires on that pass. Out to Gorman, who walks down the wing, a shot. Giesbrecht with the stop. It's squeaked through to the crease. Gaffredo swept it out. And now an official's arm is up. We'll see what the penalty is.
That was a real good play. I think that was Gaffredo, yeah, that shot that away. And we're going to have a penalty here on Manfrey.
Absolute chaos so far.
Oh, yeah. Manfrey's going to go for a hook.
Certainly a hook on that play, and boy, Gaffredo was probably having flashbacks to the last play he made at the top of the blue line that eventually led to that 2-on-1 goal.
No question. And when I say scrappy type of play from Princeton, I don't mean that in a derogatory way. I mean that they're, you know, they like to grind it out, as they say.
They play a tight game. Out to Caron. He's got space down the corridor. Up for McDermott. Left shot at the point. Caron. Pass across. Tapper was there. Bumped off his stick. Now Anderson carries out. Anderson flying over the blue line. A heavy wrister. Blocked away into the netting. So Manfrey, one of the top goal scorers for this Tiger squad. He's got 7 on the season. He sits in the box, 26 seconds remaining in the second frame.
Well, that was a good play by number 14, Bidens. Getting that stick in the passing lane, preventing that cross ice one-timer that you knew was going to be coming.
Here's Tinling back for Ma. Smolenski challenges him up the wall. He'll pick up the puck in the neutral zone. He shoulder checks and carries offside. 16 seconds remain in the second frame. 1:27 on the power play. So the Engineers have 16 seconds remaining in the frame to slot one on the power play. Not if the Tigers have anything to do with that. Devlin sends this over the blue line. Lee chasing down. Anderson, a solid play to pick that and send it all the way down ice to close out the frame. Bergmanis no chance to shoot all the way down ice. We'll head to the third frame, all knotted up. Dan, what were your impressions on this second period? Really tight hockey, very exciting hockey.
Yeah, there's really not much room out there, and when there are opportunities offensively, both goaltenders, Pearson for Princeton and Giesbrecht for RPI, have been solid between the pipes.
And Jacob Lee, who scored the first goal of the contest, will be joining us in a moment. Getting set up right now on the bench.
In the second period of play. We invite you to remain in your seats. There'll be a special highlights.
Jacob, thanks for joining us. Walk us through that goal that you had scored.
Yeah, Felix made an awesome move. He's an energetic, skilled forward that I love to play with. So he beat his man, took the puck to the net, and I'm able to just clean up the garbage.
Well, I love what you were doing in front of the net. You had your stick down, ready for the pass. It came to you, and it looked like you just shoveled it into the goaltender and just missed that second goal opportunity.
Yeah, I try not to think about that too much.
No, you just
we'll move on.
Yeah, you move on from it. And what do you got to do here in the third?
Yeah, we just got to keep doing what we're doing. We're managing the puck really well in the neutral zone, and that period we were able to stay out of the box and draw some penalties. So, like I said, manage the puck, make sure that we're not giving them free chances, free turnovers, and we should be coming out on top.
Thanks for joining us, Jacob.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Jacob Lee did score a pretty goal to open the scoring in this contest. And as he mentioned, Felix Caron has dazzled this season. He made a big play to get to the net.
Yeah, he certainly did. True to a student athlete, he doesn't like to think about the ones he missed.
And there's the goal right there. Absolute beauty.
Well, that was on the backhand, picking up the goaltender Pearson coming out. There's the first poke check right there, and then just couldn't get it on the second one, and I was open.
And there's the highlight. We've been waiting to see that one for a little while. Oh, that was a lot more room than I thought.
Oh yeah, he had the wide open. Look at, he had the wide open net, and he tapped it into the goaltender. And I mean, as a right shot, your stick is bent that way, but you don't even have to push that. You just have to redirect it.
Now here's a chance for Peltier. He had a first look there, and that kind of signified things to come. Here's Anderson with the pass across to him for the goal.
Well, that was just a great play. I think Giesbrecht's playing this way too aggressive. He's way out challenging that shooter, and I think he guessed wrong. I think he thought that Anderson was going to shoot that, and he ended up dishing to Peltier.
Here's a look. Mata and McNeil have been crashing the net a lot tonight, and that was a chance for those two. Pearson coming up with the stop. Another game-changing play. Goffredo sweeps the puck out from behind Giesbrecht in the blue paint, and that led to a power play that will carry over into the third period. And with that, we'll see you in about 12 minutes, folks. Tie hockey game, ECAC points on the line.
Thank you, Danny. Oh, you can do better than that. You got a nice send-off for Danny Walsh. All right, fans, it's second intermission. You know what that means. It's time for the Lions Way Jump the Puck Challenge. If you bought a puck, head on down towards the glass and get ready. And let's see your pucks in 3, 2, 1. Jump your pucks. On the puck closest to center ice, we're going to listen to the Lions Way Puck, sponsor of tonight's Jump the Puck Challenge. Last 5 seconds. Together, let's see it. All right,
Welcome back to RPI Hockey. A massive third period is ahead of us in exactly 1 minute. The Engineers will face off against the Princeton Tigers and see if they can escape with the points for ECAC standings and the confidence of a victory to open this weekend. I'm not looking, Dan. I see Fridge has the out-of-town scores up.
Yeah, we do. Right now, we've got Quinnipiac. This is after 2 periods. Quinnipiac is up 3-2 on Union. Cornell is up 4-0 on Brown. Clarkson is up 2-0 on Dartmouth. Harvard has switched the Tides over with St. Lawrence, and they're up 4-2. And to start the third period, it was 4-1 for Yale over Colgate. And Colgate has started the third period, the first minute, and scored a goal to make it 4-2.
So Colgate's up 4-2.
No.
Yale's up 4-2.
Yale's up 4-2.
Oh, and
Colgate came out and scored one early in the third to make it 4-2.
That's the upset to keep an eye on. Yale is 12th in the ECAC with 15 points. St. Lawrence, who's currently losing at 16. Tied with RPI, who's also at 16. Princeton at 17. Brown, who's losing 4-0 with 21 points. And here are the standings right here. Great graphic from our production crew as we're underway here in the third period at the Houston Fieldhouse. Gilson picking up a power play to enter the frame. 1 minute remains. The puck slowed down on some Zamboni water. Here's Caron. A look for McDermott. And now the Tigers come away with the puck 3-on-2. Here's Ma. A shot looking through a screen. That's Gilson. Out for McDermott. He's got Caron at the blue line. He'll carry in and dump for the setup. Manfree took a penalty right before the end of the second. Here's Beaton a shot. And he couldn't pull that into place to get it off. Here's Gilson. Out to Caron. Caron at the hashes. Out to Tapper! Jaeger Tapper! Pacific Rim! 2-1 lead on the power play.
Well, that's exactly what RPI needed here to start this third period. Tied at 1. They come out, they got fresh ice on the power play, and that was just a great set play. You had to go down low to Beaton, who one touches it up to Tapper, who just hammers this one. And that starts over on the half wall. And there is Lee making up for that one. The one that he missed.
There's the 3-2-1 triangle offense. Tapper, high slot goal. And they'll take a 2-1 lead on a power play less than a minute into the third period. Here's Goffredo sending this deep. Picked up by the Tigers, kept in by Lee. Marciano circles the zone, skates around to the slot. He'll turn around again to shake Lee. Off the stick into the zone. Here's Bergmanis. Saison, a check. Now Mata tied up in the corner. 2 forecheckers get to work. One down low by the Tigers, out to the point. A pass, down at the goal line, a shot. Oh, what a save by Noah Giesbrecht.
Well, that was just a great save there by Giesbrecht. And that was a real good opportunity by Season. Down low here. Number 11 for Princeton. Sorry, that was Caron with the assist, not Jacob Lee.
So Felix Caron with 2 assists on the night on both goals. Certainly outstanding performer so far. Here's Tapper, nudged forward for Beaton on his horse. He's working Greaves. Greaves checks him hard into the boards. Beaton was tied up. Now out to Smolinski. O'Zolins, a curl shot off of Beaton. He takes that puck off the shins. Here's Tapper. Back for Smolinski. Now to Tapper. Toe drag move around the net. Beaton knocks a man down in front. O'Zolins out to Smolinski. He looks for the pass. Now Greaves is there to pick it up at the goal line. A backhand off the wall. Back to Deladurante. Deladurante dips the shoulder and carries. A nudge to Greaves. Far side look at the blue line for Gorman. All the way down ice for Gilson to pick up. Here's Will Gilson. Out to Brackett. Gorman with the turnover. At the top of the slot, he's checked down by Brackett. Manfrey. A shot goes wide. For Ma, he's got space and time, a shot wide. A Whistler had eyes.
Yeah, he had that top shelf wide open.
Here's Ma. Out to the right wing. Konovalov out to Ma. Gorman back to Ma. Off of Konovalov's stick. Manfrey to the inside, a nice move. He's slashed. So Caron's got 2 assists. This will be his second penalty. A shot high off the glass. The Tigers win the puck race. Caron gets a touch. The official's arm is still up. This is sent all the way down ice, on net, and just wide. That would have been an own goal for the Tigers. A stretch pass now. 2 in, to the inside. Biden-ins. Here's Gorman. With Pearson pulled. Marciano, they set up. A shot. Giesbrecht makes the stop. So Felix Caron will go off for 2. And here's where the penalty was, a one-handed slash.
She knew it too, just by the reaction. Body language says it all.
Well, the Engineers have had the penalty kill going for them so far, but they'll have to kill off another one after they had taken the lead on the power play a few minutes ago.
RPI penalty to number 13, Felix Caron.
Marciano ties up Ozolins, but this is sent out of the zone by Lee.
Penalty, 3 minutes 47 seconds.
Pearson plays this to Greaves.
For slashing at 3:47.
McNeil with the play. Lee trying to move around Greaves. He's got a stick on. Anderson. Marciano takes the zone at the hashes. Greaves, a backhand dish. First year looking like a senior. Ma, wide open net. He shoots that wide. Marciano back to Ma. 1T Greaves. The rebound whacked. Peltier stopped by Giesbrecht. Sent out to the top of the zone. They couldn't keep. It's all the way down ice. A change for the Engineers.
Well, that was a good block by Ozolins on Ma as that net was wide open.
Rollers with a takeaway. He hits the deck, but takes it again. Brackett a shot just wide. That was Pearson diving for it like Superman. Pass out in front. Pulled away by the Tigers.
I think Pearson got a piece of that.
And Rollers twice took the puck away. He hit into the boards the first time and then had another takeaway on the same play. Manfrey. Now out to Gorman. Top of the circle. He looks pass instead of shot. Deladurante. A shot tipped. Giesbrecht with another massive save. 20 seconds remain on the power play.
Oh, good tip in front there, but Giesbrecht was all over it with the glove hand.
Here's the replay of that opportunity from Brackett.
Oh, yeah, he got the blocker on it.
That was an incredible save. ESPN, are you watching? Sports Center, are you watching? That was a Superman dive.
Oh, yeah. Leading with the blocker.
Dan, you think you got that flexibility still?
I don't know if I had it when I played.
Giesbrecht. A look for Bergman is swept up by Smolinski. He's got a man in stride. Hitting Tinling. A shot. He scores! Dover Tinling. Are you feeling the love? 3-1 Engineers.
Well, that was just a great pass by Jacob Lee. No, he didn't get the assist on the 2-1 goal on the power play, but he got an assist on that shorthander, and that's going to make him feel a lot better than the one he missed in the second period.
Dover Tinling has come up with a number of big goals this season, Dan, and here he is in the moment again. Played by McGuire out to Konovalov. Gilson with the stop. Here's Wang inching down the wall. Out to Konovalov, a shot just wide over the net. He had time and space to work with.
Princeton has had some opportunities all game long, but they just seem to be shooting that puck wide. They're just a little off.
Giesbrecht with another stop from the point through a screen. Marciano around Payant. Arms up. Pearson's headed to the bench. The Tigers will have another power play. Carnish circling the wagons. Gilson picks up, and that'll initiate the whistle again. So at the 13:10 mark, just after a massive penalty kill and goal, Jeremy Payant will sit for 2.
Well, the last thing you want to be doing is giving Princeton any type of momentum here, but RPI had diffused that power play with Jeremy Payant going into the box here. They diffused that power play with a tapper shorty. Sorry, Tingling shorty.
RPI penalty to number 71, Jeremy Payant. He receives 2 minutes for tripping.
Cleared by the engineers on the dump in.
6 minutes 50 seconds.
So the Tigers will have to start from their own end.
71 Payant on a trip.
Deladurante, team captain, looking for options. He's got Gorman in stride. Here's Gorman, a shot. Giesbrecht with the blocker. McNeil and Gofredo going at it in the corner. Lee is there, so is Gorman. Gunty is taking many a shot to keep this puck and doing a great job along the wall. Lee is getting into it with Gorman. Officials letting this play out. Man free, gets a stick. Now out to Lee, who clears this all the way down ice. And they'll go for the change.
Well, those are the types of puck battles that you got to win here on the penalty kill.
Here's Anderson. I'll look for Greaves, and we'll have to work this back on a regroup. Anderson. Rollers with an active stick again. Greaves sweeps this to Ma. For Marciano, down low, Ma, a pass across, wide open net, Peltier with his second of the night.
Wow, again, got a little bit of an overcommitment there. Take another look at that one. Peltier's wide open with open net. McDermott was kind of a 2-on-1 there, and McDermott grabbed the guy, but that left Peltier wide open and the net wide open.
Peltier came into the contest with 1 goal in his career in 22 games played as a first-year player. He's got 2 tonight. That brings us to a 3-2 score. And so RPI is challenging the goal for an offside. We're waiting to see why both teams had gone to the bench. Dan's got the replay right now. We don't have it on screen at the moment. What did you see on that play? Was there any evidence for that?
Ben & Jerry's, Dunkin' Donuts, Recovery Sports Group.
Yeah, that's a close one.
And here's the replay, folks.
Yankee Trails.
Watch right here.
That's Anderson.
Rensselaer Honda, Kite Waller, great sponsors for their continued support.
Oh, I think that's offside.
You can see Ma trailing, collecting the puck.
Hold it. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Hold it right here. Oh yeah, that's offside because his skate's going to go over. And you see where the puck is right here? His skate's already over when the puck goes. So, however, that is pretty close.
It's coming down to freeze frames on this one.
Yes. Okay, he's offside. Yes, that's offside. You see daylight here, and the puck hasn't even crossed the blue line up here. So that's going to get called back.
The officials right now are in the booth checking out the iPad like we got up here. Dan, good job with the drawing.
I feel like I'm back in grade school.
So we'll see what the official word is. The headsets are off, and we have the officials coming back onto the ice. Teams are at their respective benches. Goaltenders back in their creases. And the goal is waved off.
The call on the ice is overturned. No goal.
So Piant is going back to the box, and it will remain a Princeton Tigers power play. And we'll see where the clock is placed. And we're getting a check at the scorer's table now. So a really close review keeps this game now at 3-1. 22 seconds remaining on the power play after that official review. A good challenge by RPI.
Definitely. I mean, you've got guys watching the video and they can communicate down to the bench. And that was a real good catch. That's Anderson that's offside there. And that was number 25 with the puck over along the boards, Marciano. He just didn't get it in on time.
And if I'm not mistaken, the director of operations here for the RPI men's ice hockey team, Liam Thrall, is responsible for that video review. He's done a phenomenal job this year with the operations outside of goal challenges, but his video comes up huge in the moment for the Engineers, who now have 16 seconds to kill on the Tigers power play. Ma hits the deck, Brackett intercepts, but it's knocked away. Smolinski back for it, he's tied up. Another in-zone 3-on-2 in front of the net, and inside the legs move by Peltier. Sent to the wall, Tinling with Piant out of the box. Tinling still got it, into the zone. Tinling for Piant, pass just misconnects.
That just went off a stick. That he would have had a 2-on-0 there.
Smolinski a shot through, the rebound, Brackett with a whack at it. Peltier sends this down low. So the first here has a goal taken away. He still has one goal in the contest. That's the lone goal for Princeton. So Durante in. Konovalov sweeps this down low. Mata there to greet him. Rollers and Mata, two big bodies. The Tigers come away with it. Arister from high. Saison out to the point. Rollers to challenge. Puck's in the body of Gilson. Now Beaton wins this out to Rollers. Here's Beaton in alone. He just couldn't get the last touch. Devlin ties up Mata behind the goal. And they're still tied up.
Well, Pearson came out after that puck, and the puck went by him. And Beaton just couldn't get his stick on it. Otherwise, it would have been an open net tap in for John Beaton.
McDermott, a savvy pass across the zone. There's Gilson. Off the stick of McDermott. And for the change, Tapper and Gofredo come on the ice. Bergmanis and Gofredo, the 2 men back. Gunty on the forecheck. The Tigers look for the right forecheck read. 4 out. On net. Pearson challenging a shot from the Engineers end. Hodson out to Tinling, a shot just wide. Gofredo. Off a stick. Off the bearing of the wall. At Tapper's feet. Tinling picks up. 25 having a dominant game. Swept down low. Hodson. He'll pick up. At the hashes. Chipped to the center. Young picks up. A dish and a change. Hodson taking a check there. Bergmanis picking up the rubber. 8:33 remaining in this third period. A 3-1 contest. Tinling with a big shorthanded goal. Tapper scoring on a power play to take the lead earlier in the period. All the way around. Discombobulated play. Greaves tries to play this past Caron, who picks up. Smolenski, who's had a lot of ice time tonight. Off to McNeil. He'll put this in the zone for the setup. Pass bracket stick. Smolenski, a shot through. There was some space to work with. McNeil a heavy check. O'Zolins, a shot gloved by Pearson. And so we'll head to the media timeout, folks. Peace. We'll see you in a few minutes.
We can keep track of puck bands in puck.
Welcome back to RPI Hockey on ESPN. This is as intense of ECA action as you can get. Power play goals, shorthanded goals, official reviews, canceling goals, and it's all for points in the standings.
Certainly is. And with some out-of-town scores, you've got Quinnipiac still up on Union 3-2 with 14:52 left in the third. At the start of the third, it's Cornell 4, Brown nothing. Clarkson's up on Dartmouth midway through the third, 2-0. Harvard 4-2 over St. Lawrence with 8 minutes remaining.
Puck loose, Pearson covers. That was Mata in front again. He's played well in his utility role this season, and now on the second line with Rollers and Beaton. Sorry, Dan. Let's
That's okay.
see the
Only
other
got one
scores,
left. Colgate has closed the gap on Yale. What was a 4-1 game going into the third period is now a 4-3 hockey game with 4 minutes left in the third period.
And that's the game, folks. Keep your eye on that score if you can. We'll be updating throughout. Again, these all were games that started at 7 o'clock. Full slate for the ECAC. Massive points on the line here. RPI with 16 points in the standings, and Princeton with 17 despite all the odds. And here's Tinling to the front of the net. A wraparound attempt. He's stuffed by the pad. Pearson's helmet is off. And we'll have a stoppage of play as a result. See if he's okay.
Oh, great right leg pad by Pearson there. And he shoved that leg out all the way across. and denied Tingling of his second goal of the game. Here it is, watch, right there, right on the toe of his skate.
What do you have to say about Caron, Tinling, and Brackett's line tonight? I feel like all three have had their own individual and unique effect on this game.
Yeah, they have. I mean, they've been playing very, very well. And, hey, as a team, you need somebody to be stepping up here as far as you know, not just individuals, but it's great when you can step up as a trio, your whole line.
Here's Gilson in. A bounce off the boards. Rollers a shot. Save. Rebounds there. Beaton couldn't finish. He tries to circle the hashes. It's brought out by Bidens. Down ice. Giesbrecht stops it at the goal line. McGuire around for Payant. Out for Rollers to Beaton. Beaton carries. A saucer to Payant. A shot on goal. The rebound's there. Gilson tries to cut that off down low. Out to McGuire. He loads a 1T just wide. Blocked away. Good play by Esmond. Here's Bidens. In for Saisana shot. Giesbrecht save. Gilson pumps the brakes. Launches this down for Mata. Off the stick of Peltier. And we'll have another whistle. This will bring the face-off all the way down ice. Here is that look. What a UFO of a pass.
Oh, yeah, that was a great play. Look at Payant's trying to go 5-hole on Pearson. Pearson wasn't having it. Quick look there at the bench over there with Princeton. First-year head coach Ben Sire has done a heck of a job this year with Princeton. And he's already recorded 10 wins this year, which ties him for 6th place for the most wins by a coach in his first season amongst the 18 all-time head coaches for Princeton University.
Carnish finished off there. The heavy line is out for RPI. We'll have a neutral zone faceoff. And they play a tight hockey game, Dan. They average 14 blocks per game. That's 3rd in the CAC. Bergmanis picking up the puck and speed. One-hand pass out to Tapper. A check into the bench. Tapper with the puck in the offensive zone. He'll sweep this down low for Lee. Out in front, Mata shot. Oh, save Pearson. A good look for 61.
Great play by Lee behind the net just to redirect that out front for a good opportunity for Mata.
Here's Tapper one-on-one. He's checked heavy by Greaves and spun around. Tinling hassling on the forecheck. He finds Gorman. Now McNeil with the turnover. Down low for Ma. Tinling's there. Marciano. A soft pass attempt. He forces it opposite side to Ma. Here's Smolinski deep. Rollers first man in. Picked up by Peltier. Esmond looking for his option. Up the strong wall. All the way down ice, but no icing. O'Zolins. Rollers chops this up. It's kept by Esmond. Smolinski. Saisanen. Had Beaton streaking, couldn't get it to him. Here's Esmond cutting off the pass again. Down low for Giesbrecht. Giesbrecht now to Smolinski. Smolinski a sauce cross ice to Beaton. He couldn't pick it up, and this will be an icing.
RPI just got to be careful not to try to take advantage of Princeton pressuring. Sometimes when you pressure, you leave yourself open defensively, and RPI can't be cheating on that offensive side of the puck that may end up in a situation where they're outnumbered down low in their own zone.
And a timeout's called with 4:34 on the clock. Princeton wants to draw up a play here. And for how well we've seen this team coached, it looks like this is a great time for strategy. Offensive zone draw.
Well, you'll not only go over what you're going to do off of this face-off, but subsequent face-offs, as the 4 minutes progress, since you've already used your timeout.
We're under 5 minutes in the third period here. RPI with a great coach's challenge. Literal freeze frames keep this from being a one-goal game. And RPI also was able to score on the power play and score a shorthanded goal. A taste of Princeton's medicine from December.
Well, again, RPI hasn't enjoyed this type of game since the freak-out where they weren't chasing it. They've been leading here and not chasing the game, and you can certainly tell that all the pressure's on Princeton right now, behind 2 with 4:34 left.
I think you could see the confidence and charisma in the team as well tonight, which we really haven't seen here at the Fieldhouse most of the year.
Definitely. Well, this could have been a different game had Giesbrecht not kept these guys in it for the first period.
Goaltender for RPI having a significant impact, really muffling the Princeton offense, and give credit to them, Dan. They've been really good tonight as well.
They certainly have.
And so the Tigers pull the goaltender with 4:34 on the clock. So they'll have the extra attack or they lose the draw, but keep the zone. Here's Smolinski. A shot on goal, far pad on Giesbrecht. Here's Beaton, battling along the wall, 2 on. Del Durante down low, past Gorman. Konovalov, a massive check on Smolinski. That separates man from puck. Del Durante a shot in the danger zone, a pass look, and it's cleared out of the zone. So Pearson sits on the bench. We still have 4 minutes of hockey to play, 6 on 5.
I think that net was wide open when he made that pass. He should have shot the puck at the net.
A look for the short pass, goes far zone. Lee's on his man. Mata picks up a shot to the empty net. Del Durante playing goaltender.
Love saving a beauty.
Here's Gorman. He has Peltier. Puck taken away. That's Marciano. Apologies. Saison on McDermott. RPI controlling. A dump down ice. Mata just too far to pick up. McDermott, a strong pinch down the wall. Buttons looking for Anderson, cross zone. He can't get to it. Lee at the blue line. A chip down, Ma bats it. He'll possess at the top of the circle in his own end. Gilson picks up. He'll send this down ice. Off the stick of Tapper, he's got it for the empty net. Cupid's arrow, 4-1, RPI.
Well, Tapper picking up his second goal of the game. He had a power play goal earlier and puts that one home for an empty netter on a helper from Will Gilson. And that's pretty much going to do it for RPI to seal this. With 3 minutes left here in the third.
Gaffredo, he'll pick up and dump this down low. Pearson now in the net. It looks like the Engineers will cruise to another victory and earn those massive points in the standings. And if I'm not mistaken, Brown is losing, so that puts RPI in a great position tomorrow. Young a shot off the glass. As Dan calculates, 2:36 remain in the contest. Marciano dips the shoulder around the goal. He'll look towards net. A low shot. Giesbrecht makes this stop coming to the top of the crease. Gaffredo battling in the corner. Off to Tinling. A soft pass. Young picks it away. Dunty a shot. The rebound there. Far pad save Giesbrecht. He's still earning his stripes. Bergmanis ties up Gorman, who's been rubbed out of this contest. Had 9 goals on the season coming into the game. Still remains at 9 goals with 2 minutes remaining. Sent all the way down ice to be picked up by Manfred.
Well, Colgate has come all the way back in the third period and tied it up with 57 seconds left at 4 apiece.
A barn burner there. Is that at Ingles?
That is at, yes, it's at Ingles Rink.
Oh, the Whale.
Yale having a third period meltdown at home.
What were they up by? Do you recall?
Yeah, 4-1 going into the third.
Okay. So a 4-1 game now, 4-4.
And Cornell has a 6-1 lead on Brown with 8 minutes left in the third.
So Brown has really no chance of coming back unless they get a miracle. And that's big for the standings. Brown currently in that 8th seed spot with 21 points. Gilson knocks the puck down. Here's Beaton over center. He carries over the blue line. Pyanton opportunity, and it goes wide. But then this won't be any easy task for the Engineers tomorrow as Quinnipiac comes into town. So they'll have to continue this confident play and strong play 24 hours from now. And with the snowstorm, we'll also have to see if there's a time change.
Yes. Well, right now, Quinnipiac is up 5-2 on Union College across town in Schenectady at Achilles.
So all of these are 7 o'clock starts. And we're really seeing the light at the end of the tunnel for those results.
That would be one heck of a comeback for Colgate at Yale should they win in overtime or even get an extra point in the shootout.
And Colgate really dominated RPI last weekend. I thought RPI looked really good against Cornell. They seemed to find their way back into that game at Lina a few times, but they struggled against Colgate.
Yeah, Mike Carter's done a good job over there at Colgate.
Dan, I think you'll be in that neck of the woods soon.
I will. Next week when they host St. Lawrence, I'll be on the call with one of the real good play-by-play announcers at Colgate, John McGraw.
So the Tigers will hold behind the goal line with 14 seconds remaining here. RPI with a commanding 4-1 lead as the clock ticks all the way down. The Engineers, who came into 2025 with 0 victories at home in the new year of January, win the Big Red Freakout and win a massive game against the Princeton Tigers tonight. A 4-1 final here at the Houston Fieldhouse on this Valentine's Day.
Well, as they would say, this would be a sweetheart of a deal. Winning this hockey game. Final shots on goal, 36 for Princeton, 31 for RPI. Face-offs were 32-23 in favor of RPI. RPI was 1 for 3 on the power play, and actually 1 for 3 on the power play, and then they got a short-handed goal as well.
Noah Giesbrecht stood tall.
Yeah, Giesbrecht, you know, he's always played solid anytime we've seen him here at home.
So Giesbrecht is named the player of the game. The Engineers winning 4-1, and there was a goal review that negated a 1-goal game.
I think that might have changed things for RPI. Here's that goal to start the third period on the power play here by Tapper.
And that put RPI up 2-1. They had surrendered a goal late in the second, so this was a big momentum shift.
Certainly was. Certainly the ideal way you would want to start the second period. And that's the advantage you have when it comes out. There's a great save by Giesbrecht. You come out with fresh ice. You're able to draw something up between periods and take advantage of it.
Number 31 really had a phenomenal performance tonight.
Yeah, that could have been the equalizer right there, but he came up with a huge save. And this one was almost an empty netter.
Close call. Tigers with a number of grade A opportunities tonight as well.
There's a great save right there by Pearson.
Oh, that was a phenomenal save. And here's Dover Tinling's shorthanded goal. That proved to be the icing on the cake in the contest. And we'll have Dover with us in a moment. He's getting the headgear on now. Another look at the goal there.
There's that one where Beat just missed putting the backhand on it.
The Engineers continued their strong play the rest of the third period and showed what their offense is capable of at its full capacity.
There's Payant trying to go 5-hole. Saved by Pearson.
And here's Tapper with the empty net goal to put this away. Dover, thank you for joining us. How important was team chemistry in this victory tonight?
It was really important. I mean, obviously we felt like we had a good first two periods, and then we had a really good power play to start the third, so just kept building off of it and tried to limit our mistakes.
And last time you were home, you had a big freak-out win where you guys weren't chasing the game at all. Tonight, you weren't chasing the game at all. Tell me how that affects you as a team in the third period.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about rhythm, right? It's I feel like our team's a little bit of a rhythm team, and we try and build that through the first two periods so we can try and close out in the third. So past two games, we've done that. Now we just got to take it into tomorrow.
Thanks for joining us, Dover.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
And so, the scorer of the shorthanded goal said that they got to carry this into tomorrow. The Engineers hosting Quinnipiac, the #1 team in the conference.
Yes, and that's going to be, you know what, it can be done. You just have to go out and play your hardest and prepare, you know, good preparation. They'll probably go over the scouting report and come out, and it'll be a whole new ball game. This will be short-lived, this win. You know, they'll feel good about it so that they can prepare tomorrow.
RPI with a 4-1 victory against the Princeton Tigers. They'll be at home tomorrow night against Quinnipiac. Thanks for joining us, folks. Happy Valentine's Day.